All right, Crossroads Sports, the afternoon show, the weekend update, live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. TikTok's back,
It's
JB.
back.
Crossroads Sports, myself, Brandon Reef, Jonathan Birdsong, my co-host, JB. How was your weekend, sir?
Oh man, we can continue. Man. We celebrate LK Day, extra day. You know what I'm saying? For we don't have to, man. But like, no, digest it. Not so much a whole lot of NFL football. Just because I mean, even though it was on, you know what I'm saying? A whole lot of college basketball. I know we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we kind of chop up, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna chop up the NFL for darn sure anyway. But whole lot of college basketball I watched this past weekend, especially from a local perspective for sure. But also definitely, you know what I'm saying, got my eyes and ears, you know what I'm saying, tuned to the NBA world as well, man. So like, wherever you want to kind of start at, you know what I'm saying, as far as the weekend is concerned, you know what I'm saying, for those, you know what I'm saying, who thought Jimmy Butler, you know what I'm saying, was going, you know what I'm saying, stand up and look Pat Riley in the eye and say that, hey, man, trade me or not. He's still with the Miami Heat. Matter of fact, he's 2 games in with the Miami Heat, man. But like, no, man, that's just a little tip of the iceberg I got for the NBA. But because, you know what I'm saying, we also got the Red Hot Pacers as well. You know what I'm saying? Kind of talk about, you know what I'm saying? They didn't got back to their winning ways, man. So, like, no, man, like, and oh, shoot, how could we forget? You know what I'm saying? The home hockey, like, see, look, he's tapping his head. How could I forget, man, the homers that we are, man? We got, you know, Notre Dame and Ohio State, man. And, you know what I'm saying? We got to go with those picks, man. So, like, we had to jump on here. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody kind of knows our show goes from Wednesday to Wednesday or, you know, sometimes Tuesday, right? But, like, no, man, we had to jump on here, man, kind of talk about it, man. So, like, where you want to start at? NFL, college?
Let's do NFL to start out. NFL playoffs this weekend. Uh, Big games, obviously, Chiefs and Texans. Chiefs beat the Texans as expected. By the way, I don't know if you saw my bets I put out Saturday morning for the NFL playoffs. 4-0. I hit them all. Hit all four. Uh, Mahomes, seventh straight AFC championship. That's LeBron level for.
You can compare it to the Kane. I'm going to say, man, if you watch that game, man, the Chiefs got a lot of help. They got a lot of home cooking, man. A lot of calls, a lot of bang. You know what I'm saying? A couple bang calls, man. Where you would expect, you know what I'm saying, the ump to know that the quarterback didn't hurt. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Offensive rules and the coach, you're not gonna say, hey man, I didn't really get hit. So a couple penalties, man, could have went the other team, could have went the other team's way. But again, man, you can't get yourself down, you know what I'm saying, against the Chiefs and give them a chance to win, you know what I'm saying, here at the end, man. I know from a statistical standpoint, this necessarily hasn't been Travis Kelce's best year. But like me, he's always like a good friend, like a good friend when you need him, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie. Happy birthday too, Scott K. Nichols, man. But like, you know what I'm saying, State Farm, like a good friend, man. Man, Kelsey's there, man. So, whether they needed a big pickup first down or they needed, oh man, that touchdown was like, dude, like Patrick Holmes was falling, man. They had him. They had him. And then they didn't have him. Because they had the touchdown, like, dude, he was like standing up right there. Boom. And it was you say we'll keep it in football terms. It was like Gronk, it was like Tom Brady Gronk-esque, man, where, you know what I'm saying, just when you think you got the New England Patriots, man. And that's kind of how I saw the game, man. It was a Titanic game, where, the Texans, you can't have some of the mistakes that they had either. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're going to you have to unfortunately expect a call or two, not that many, not that egregious, to go the other, you know what I'm saying, necessarily to go your way. You know what I'm saying? But, not necessarily to hang their heads, but like I said, they didn't necessarily play their best game as well with you know what I'm saying, with their penalties and whatnot. So with their other penalties and whatnot. So they were legit. So, but like, no, man, on to the Chiefs march on, and you know what I'm saying, like, what you think about it?
I thought the Chiefs. I was impressed with how they played, and it's you don't bet against Patty Mahomes, even though I did, and I took the
You were
Texans
disappointed.
plus 9.5. Thank you for the safety at the end. That saved the day. But overall, I mean, it's Mahomes, it's Kelsey, it's Chris Jones, and
They got,
Karloftis, the Purdue boy.
yeah, they make play, they make them. it does, like, man, you want to check your pulse. And you know what I'm saying? And if it's your favorite team, going to be like, man, if we beat the Chiefs, we can go to the Super Bowl. But like again, man, you keep them in the game, you keep them within, you know what I'm saying, a hair's distance, you know what I'm saying, less than 7 points, man, they're gonna find ways to win. And like I said, here they are, you know what I'm saying, on the you know what I'm saying, looking at you potentially going to a third Super Bowl.
They're rolling right now, and we'll see what happens with them in the next round.
What
AFC
what you
Championship.
think of what you think of the Ravens and the Bills, man?
Win as I expected it to be. Ravens always have turnovers. They can't ever get past. That's what shoots themselves in the foot every time. You can blame Mark Andrews, but you can't. I mean, who said that would have been the winning play? You still had a minute and 40 something for Josh Allen and them to get down the field possibly, and then secondly, turnovers, stupid turnovers. You had fumbles. Andrews had a fumble. You had Lamar with his turnovers. Derrick Henry dropping the ball. Just typical Baltimore Raven late playoff football pissing down your leg, as expected with John Harbaugh's squad.
Some of that, you know what I'm saying, you talk about a North Division rivals perspective, man. But no, actually most of that is kind of spot on, man. I really don't have anything to kind of push back or add. You know what I'm saying? Ravens, you might have the MVP, but again, man, you have another season to kind of reflect and try to figure out. Like how do you get over the hump? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so this team doesn't necessarily look like a team that's going to start blame game, pointing the finger. I listened to some of the pressures; they didn't do that. But again, you know, they started off. You know what I'm saying? Caught a whole fire, a whole lot of wins, and to like you want to turn that into something not like flashing playing. You know what I'm saying? You got to get to the Super Bowl. So, you know what I'm saying? Another season reflect. I don't know if you kind of caught any of the Rams in Philadelphia. It was a snowball. So, you know, I was kind of glued into that one, man. And it's kind of like great to see if you are a Saquon Barkley fan and you do believe in redemptive stories and, like, you know what I'm saying, and also the importance of having the running back being a focal part of because like my guy ain't playing the best. He seemingly still hurt. The quarterback for Philadelphia seemingly, you know what I'm saying, maybe
Hurts.
And Hurts maybe, and then maybe something that they can kind of manage or whatever. It doesn't necessarily look 100%, but like, nah, man, it was a snowball clock game, man. It was still close, man. If it wasn't maybe so, you know what I'm saying, so, you know what I mean, with all the snow and whatnot, maybe Stafford and them win, convert.
Stafford's lethal when coming from behind.
Yeah, maybe he wins that game, but as it stands, man, you know what I'm saying, when you have home field advantage, it does matter. It will help. And again, like I said, the Eagles look like they can win in any type of terrain. Again, I will still question going further Jalen Hurts' playmaking ability.
Yeah, you know, I was questioning some of their play calls with Sirianni, the play call in the fourth. Like,
this dude, he about to get himself fired, man.
He gets too cute, I feel like sometimes. And you don't get cute in the playoffs, and you don't chase points in the playoffs, John. Those are your two things you don't do. So,
nope.
And your kicker can't be missing extra points or whatnot. So,
nope.
Nope. What about the big one, man? Our sponsor, Scott K. Nichols, Detroit Lions, just fell flat on their face.
Yeah, great fan of the Detroit Lions, man. Again,
prayers.
What type of veteran team you might be, no matter how favorite you might be up in the cards, you cannot have how many interceptions did Jared Goff have before the halftime? He had 4 altogether.
I think he had 3, didn't he?
Three before the half, man. I do believe so.
Yeah.
You look when you think of those regards, man. Not even the great Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it overcome 3 in the playoffs. A regular season game
right.
Where, you know what I'm saying, maybe you can scheme up some things, and we know Detroit can't. But again, remember who are they missing on the defensive side of the ball?
Hutch.
That name guy. They went through that name guy. So like they also to make no excuse for the Detroit Lions. Again, you got a $100 million quarterback. He can't. You know what I'm saying? He can't. No matter what defensive players are out there. You can't overturn the ball like that and expect to advance in the playoffs.
I would say I was shocked, but I'm not because I actually took the Commanders plus 8.5 in this game. I just thought, man, they just were too relaxed coming into it. Detroit just kind of seemed lackadaisical. I know they took the whole week off during
Mhm.
the bye that they had. They took the whole week off, which I still think there's something to say for rustiness. And I think the Chiefs even showed that they were a little rusty, but Detroit hasn't been there before. So that's why I felt like the rust was more affected them. And it just shows, man, you can go 15-2, whatnot, and then get bounced. And you're no different from the Pittsburgh Steelers going 10-7 and getting bounced in the wild card. NFL playoffs, man, are it's a brutal game. We're going to see a brutal game tonight. National championship. I'll say it again. The Big Ten's about to win another championship here, whether it be Notre Dame or Ohio State.
Don't be
I mean, Notre Dame's part of the Big Ten. So,
part of the Big Ten.
what do you think? And we'll get to that. We'll get to the college football in a second.
Yeah.
But I would say, I wonder if SEC country is going to be watching the Natty tonight.
With their lips, you know what I'm saying?
Are they too much on the red wave tonight?
Because the homie Signetti, he offered a little meaty nugget, man, talking about how they only lost to the number one team and the number two team on their playing field, how he was feeling good about it, man. So, you know what I'm saying? If anybody's in the tune to that, still that vibe of like who shouldn't have made the playoffs and who should. So some SEC folks might be a little pissy. Oops, a little about it. But at this point, you got to get over it, man. I think it's gonna be a great game. I don't believe. I think we're beyond the blowouts. You know what I mean? When it comes to that championship game, Notre Dame's defense probably a little bit too good to get blowed out. Even though Ohio State, I don't.
worry about Notre Dame's fatigue tonight.
I don't care about the NFL dudes are gonna be playing in the NFL. This is the best. Who is the best team out here? And you know what I'm saying? As this playoff switch has kind of been had been snapped or kind of been switched or whatever, man. Ryan Day, kind of true to what we said before the whole college football season even started. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Day has had the best football team. Something has kind of changed. I know we both kind of picked. We've all picked Notre Dame now to win. So
we did all pick Notre Dame, which is crazy.
It's not to hedge our bets or anything like that, man. Ryan Day had the best. He has the best college. It's just something has switched in the mojo, right? Or what you
our preseason picks, man.
Right. Or what you've seen out of what we've seen out of Notre Dame. I didn't think Riley Leonard was going to be this guy. I thought Riley Leonard was going to be a chump. And man, he necessarily didn't get on that Heisman stage. But in order for Notre Dame to beat Ohio State, they got to be able to throw over the top. He's going to have Riley Leonard, who has played very well in these playoffs. He's better than he's played all season. He's going to have to be able, be able to make plays over the top. We know he can make plays with his legs because. By God, Gene, this offensive line, you know what I'm saying, can block for you, right? You know what I'm saying? Right. But I think Ryan Day ain't no idiot. You know what I'm saying? He's going to key in like on those receivers. On those tight ends. Can he make the connectivity that needs to be happening? I think in a close game, Notre Dame wins this game. That's why I went with Notre Dame. Again, Ohio State is probably, like I said, it's still the best team in America, and that is why they're here. Again, a lot of you folks, and y'all still old Notre Dame probably. Y'all wrote off Notre Dame back, you know what I'm saying, when they lost in Northern Illinois. Again, they smashed everybody else, you know what I'm saying, into this point. When I see a stat line like what Vegas has kind of put out, that kind of gives me a little bit of hope. And that's kind of when I kind of waited to the last minute and said, I thought to go, you know what I'm saying, I trying to switch my pick. I think the Notre Dame was going to win. That's why I went with Notre Dame.
I picked Notre Dame because I think they can cover the spread. I think Ohio State still wins the game, but I think Notre Dame can cover it. So I cover my other one of picking Ohio State to win the title. I don't know why. And you can clip this, and I hope it
probably will.
I kind of hope it plays out well for what I'm about to say. Mm. I think there is a scenario where Notre Dame keeps it close in the first half, and then a fatigue level from Ohio State's offense gets to that Notre Dame defense and those injuries that they've been having to deal with. And maybe Ohio State, I think Ohio State pulls away. I really do. I think it could be a 2-3 score game towards the end. Where Ohio State just ends up being 34-13 or something. Notre Dame scores late. They get like 18 points or something, but I could see a scenario where this is a Ohio State blowout. unfortunately. I think it could be. They know they're going to be expecting Riley Leonard to run.
Mm-hmm.
When they stop that, what's Notre Dame going to do then, right? They got to have a plan for that. I think Marcus Freeman will, but your run game itself has not looked good. Jeremiah Love has not looked great. He's been coming off that injury.
Mm-hmm.
Your backup running back, he's done all right covering the load there, but Faison, he can't be your only wide receiver tonight for Notre Dame. He can't be. You got to get your tight ends involved, your other guys. And here's the thing: turnovers. You got to be able to cause them, and not only cause them, but then recover them. Right. So
Right.
when the interceptions are fumbled, you can't just fumble it and force a fumble. And be like, hey, that's great. You got to recover it. And
Right.
I think when it comes to that big play making, and we talked about this with Ryan Day from last year, John, against Michigan to this year against Michigan. He's got no choice but to win this game. And with somebody that is that desperate to win this game, and I don't even think for him either, but I also think Chip Kelly has something to prove for this game. I think for them to come in and say, "Hey, we're desperate. We got to get this." Marcus Freeman ain't desperate to win this game at all.
No.
They're not desperate. They're
right. Man,
I would say they're ahead of where they should be.
They done told him, man, come to the NFL already. You know what I'm saying? He got his pick of the daggone Bears.
Bears are going to be like 30 people.
Right. So
Eddie George.
I think if he said yes, they probably take him. Not to get you on your, you know what I'm saying, to get you back on pace. But like, yeah, man, I understand what you're trying to drive. My homie Kelly, he left UCLA. He was the head coach to come, to be the OC, man. So there's something to say about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just don't necessarily leave. These jobs aren't promised, you know what I'm saying, to anybody. So no, man, I understand the same. But what have you kind of thought, switching gears, man, what have you thought about the Pacers and some of the NBA? If you kind of tapped into that?
I've been impressed with the Pacers. 24-19, fifth in the East. They got 2 games this week against the Spurs over in Paris.
I know, man. I kind of hate when the national leagues and the NBA and the NFL, you know what I'm saying, fly the Jets over for these mid-season kind of teams. I think obviously it takes a game away from either, you know what I'm saying, either city or whatever, man. But, I get it. They're there to kind of grow the game or whatnot. I think from the Pacers standpoint, my kind of thoughts on them, man, this streak is good. It'd have been great if they could have beat Cleveland back-to-back, and they had the opportunity too. You know what I'm saying, beat Cleveland back to back. But again, they didn't necessarily have, the second time around, whatever, the right mindset or whatever. But again, you're getting great play out of Obi Toppin. You get with a team that, that doesn't have a solid third person banana, if you believe in that type of team construction. You're getting solid play out of Obi Toppin, you're getting great play, good to great play. You know what I'm saying, out of McConnell and Jarris Walker. So, their bench mob, now that they're not necessarily dependent upon being superstars or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? And now you're seeing the homie Furphy. Like, man, there's no reason to see Furphy get, 15 minutes. Man, he was young. He probably should be playing for Canada. Right? But so, like, they needed him because they didn't have no bodies out there. So now, the veterans are out there. And the winning that we've seen, kind of impacts that. So you also don't have a broke is a joke from outside Tyrese Halliburton, man. I've come to the realization that Tyrese Halliburton is never going to be as aggressive or as explosive as like a John Morant. Because like John Morant is ready to be shot out of a cannon. You know what I'm saying? But like, man, Tyrese Halliburton has to understand that he has to play a similar role. You know what I'm saying? With this particular pressure team, he got all his, his buddies back, man. There's really no excuses, man. They need to start winning. The East is very, navigable. You know what I'm saying? As far as win-loss, man. What's the name? They got blew out the other night by like 50. The Nets. You know what I'm saying? The Washington Wizards are in wholesale mode. You can't take the Charlotte Hornets at this point in the season as serious. Yes, I'm just kind of going, lay of the land. You know what I'm saying? So get some wins up in the win column, man. So help us forget, if you're a Pacers fan, help us forget about, some of those losses. And, again, the Pacers have beaten Cleveland convincingly in this season. They've beaten Cleveland convincingly, they've beaten the Knicks convincingly, and they've beaten the Celtics, pretty convincingly, man. If you tell me that You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can combine that with another, 4, 5, 6 game win streak, man. You know what I'm saying? The Pacers will be back on their way to potentially back to that 45 win total that I told everybody that they was gonna make. But no, man, I kind of enjoy what I've seen out of these Pacers.
I have the latest version of Birdsong's take that I want to
Don't
ask you about. Maverick Carter is advising a $5 billion effort to start a new basketball league to rival the NBA.
That's
The
true.
International League would serve as a rival to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on that? Especially Maverick Carter, whose agent is LeBron James, who LeBron loves the NBA. He wants to be an owner himself, but now Maverick Carter is going to get a $5 billion effort part of to have somebody that's against it.
Yeah, this kind of sounds like the NBA as it stands right now. It's not necessarily getting ready to run with a whole lot of expansion just yet. I know hoop nerds like myself want to see a franchise in Seattle tomorrow. Hoop nerds like myself want to see potentially, I guess, what they can potentially do, as you've seen with what they've kind of done with the Aces, what they could do with a men's basketball team in Las Vegas, man. Again, the NBA is not necessarily ready to grow just like that. Not necessarily because of the ratings dip this year. It's just because, man, there's a lot of money involved that I can't remember the last time I really talked about NBA franchise, how one-loss record or not, being in the red. You know what I'm saying? They've kind of put things in their collective bargaining agreement and their thresholds and their taxes and whatnot to kind of keep teams from, even though you might suck. You know what I'm saying? You're not purchasing $30, $40 million every year because you do suck and you don't have the top players don't want to come to your, your team, or you don't have a franchise player or whatever. So, Maverick Carter and them, it's LeBron. Let's just be honest, it's LeBron, man. I say, it's a form of like, to hope, I'm all for it, man. But again, man, you're gonna have a whole lot of things kind of working against you, man. You have the power that is the NBA, and like the agreements they already kind of have set in stone, media agreements, right? So, how are you going to pull players over from the NBA or college or even retired or even overseas would be kind of like the other, what I'm saying? I got the answers. Anybody want to follow me on Twitter or whatnot, please me. I can, what I'm saying?
Joe Johnson coming out of retirement to play in this league?
Who? Joe Johnson, you would, what I'm saying? That, like, no, you would have to be trying to pull, what I'm saying? It'd be similarly like an NIL move. I mean, not NIL, but Live from Live Golf.
Let's say it sounds like Live.
But here's the thing, though, Brandon. The PGA is paying. I mean, God, just golly, Brandon. Me and you would, what I'm saying? I know you would retire off a PGA check, one tournament. You know what I'm saying? Top 5, right? Right. But like when the Saudi investors came in with this Live idea, man, it turned that $100,000 into fight $100 million. Come over here and play for us. Here's the crazy thing about that, man. The NBA already paying dudes $55 million a year.
Right.
So, Maverick Carter, what would you be able to offer somebody from? It ain't got to be from the NBA, but what would you be able to offer whoever you come over? And then another one, where they're gonna play out, venues, all those type of things. And again, it's nothing that, what I'm saying, we got venues popping up everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The Circle City just built one, are in plans to build one for the people right now, man. So this venue probably ain't the problem, but like, again, who's coming to play in these games? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to be pulling from the college ranks? Are you going to be pulling from the McDonald's, like, McDonald's All-America? You're going to be pulling from the high school ranks, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what would be the kind of question. And then, but then also you be going against the history of the NBA, man. Kids coming out of school right now are thinking, yeah, I could go play in LeBron's league or I could go play in the NBA. But dang, the NBA, it's got a lot of history behind it versus what LeBron James. And again, man, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I hope the NBA kind of turns its mind and wants to put in like a franchise in Las Vegas or in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Sooner. But there's, like I said, Brandon, right now there's too many. There's other like politics. You know what I'm saying? They kind of go in. They were kind of going negatively. They did like LeBron and Maverick is good luck with that one, man, because you know what I'm saying. Others have tried. Other upstarts have tried. And like I said, the NBA, you know what I'm saying, kind of is the king daddy worldwide. So, but hey, man, yeah. Good one, Brandon. Good. Thanks for bringing that one up.
Yeah. I find a different article or something I see, and I say, hey, that's my birdsong take for the week. So Alabama 102-97 big win
Oh
at
man, he wanted
Kentucky.
to.
I told you I was taking the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, he like man, little things are changing. Obviously, man, you know what I'm saying? Football ain't got you.
Great game.
SEC football ain't got you. SEC basketball, they will get you. So man, looks like nine. I know last time we were on weekend update, I think like 9 teams from the SEC are gonna get in. But like no man, great win on the road for Alabama. You can kind of delve into some of the teams here right here locally, man. Purdue looks very strong. You know what I'm saying? West Coast trip. Oh my God, man, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Brandon, and I want to know what your comments on Mick Cronin. I think Mick Cronin, coach LA, he's getting
He's a
like man.
baby.
He's telling the truth though. He's telling the truth, man. It's a little
Yeah,
different.
but nobody wants to hear it. So just
You said nobody wants to hear it. Well, nobody wants to hear it. So like you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, the parallel would be like Purdue just goes out there and show and proves, and like you know what I'm saying, they take their little East Coast, Midwest self out here on these West Coast trips. And I don't believe the Washington game was closer than probably what they wanted to be. The Oregon
halftime.
Yeah, the Oregon game was, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of a push for them as well. But like they handled their business, man. But these programs do have to adjust. That's all I'm saying. You got to adjust for travel. You got to get your kids up to play and understand, like, hey, man, you want to be a real pro. Yes, we got to go into Indiana. Yes, we got to go into Illinois, and you got to get up for the game, man. It is what it is, man. Even though your you know what I'm saying, your fandom or whoever then drives down here from San Diego, you got to get up for the game. So that's kind of how I look at it, man.
He doesn't travel far for the next 2.5 weeks.
Who, Purdue?
No, UCLA. They don't.
You looked at.
They have a home game against Iowa. They just won. They have a home game against Wisconsin. They go to Washington. They're at USC, and they're home against Oregon. So those games are all they stay out there the entire time.
Right.
And then their next road one really you gotta look at is and then they're home against Michigan State and they're home against Penn State. They don't have another true road game on the East Coast until February 11th. So
we've seen the Statue of Liberty twice.
It's a fucking baby.
But like now, man, around here locally, man, Mike Lewis.
The Hoosiers.
The Hoosiers. Man, y'all was talking. I'll get to the Hoosiers in a second, man. Mike Lewis and Ball State. You know what I'm saying? A couple bad sandwich between a couple bad losses between Toledo and Ohio. Yeah. They got some winnable games in front of them between Central Michigan and NIU, and I think they play Western Michigan. They got some wins. They need to get them.
Hey, man, what's up? Have you seen Eastern Michigan? What's going on with them?
I have not.
They just got buzzed by the NCAA and the sports gambling authorities for an investigation. This is their third this year of some very significant wagers being placed right before the Eastern Michigan game that has moved the spread entirely for some insider information. So Eastern Michigan right now is being investigated on this. This is the third time this year now.
Man, we can't. That's one thing we also can't have, man. Like
point shaving up in Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, I give you one loss record. Ain't is what it is, man. And you feel like you know what I'm saying. Well, here's you know what, some of those I don't know who did it, Brandon. So like we just don't speak speculatively, right? So let's say it's an assistant coach that's leaking information. I get it, man. I get it that your contract probably is if you make it to tournament, you get this, that, and the other, or maybe I don't know what Eastern Michigan's record is right now off the top of my head, or maybe you see the light at the end of the tunnel means y'all ain't gonna be coaching here next year. You can't start chopping up with the integrity of the game, man. That's something that we can't have in any level of athletics, man. So no, man, shame on Eastern Michigan, man. If that's whatever. I'm glad that there's some type of investigation is going on, man. But no, man, the Hoosiers, y'all thought y'all was about to lay the dirt.
We're still laying dirt. We're still laying dirt.
You know what? No, you talking about the homie. Dan Dawkins be the first one to tell you, man, I ain't listening to no 18-year-old kid tell me how to run my program. Guess what? I ain't listening to no 18-year-old fan tell me who to fire, who ain't going to be the head coach of the IU basketball. That's not saying Coach Wisdom doesn't deserve any type of criticism, man, because that looks like an ugly baby at home. You can't lose at home. You cannot lose at home like that. You know what I'm saying? And expect your credibility to be, you know what I'm saying, to be like, oh, as an IU as a national powerhouse. I say not necessarily a great road, because Ohio State is going through they're going through a culture, identity.
A new coach.
Jimmy Jackson ain't walking through that damn door. You know what I'm saying? Chris Jen ain't walking through that door.
Red.
You know what I'm saying? But like Coach Woodson said, hey, we do have a lot more basketball to play. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, I know you will. Every Big Ten victory now would be a quad 1 or a quad 2 win, right? Even if he beats Northwestern, it's a quad 1, it's a quad 2.
I think 2.
Okay. So he got it. We know, you know what I'm saying? If you know anything about basketball, you know what I'm saying, college basketball, he's got to start mounting. He got to
right now the first 4 out.
Right now the first 4 out. So he's got to win out and probably win 2 games in the Big Ten tournament to get into the tournament. We would say this. We got to have a plus 500 record going out to regular Big Ten season. Again, man, a lot of basketball left to play. I'm going to tell you right now, Brandon, his guards are whack. He got whack guard play, and like you got to get Ballo to play. You got to embarrass him or tell him
40 minutes. 40 minutes to play.
Or tell him that the King scouting, the NBA scouts are in the you know, in the stands and watching, man. So, I think he can get the best juice out of his team, man, that he can in order that it won't be embarrassing. There's got to be some changes though, Brandon. You know what I'm saying? One, we can't have year over year fan apathy like that. That is real. I joked about it saying I'm not gonna let no fans tell me, but fan apathy is real because it also translates over to recruitment. He didn't get McNeely. And I know McNeely's out right now for UConn, but like you are missing on top Indiana recruits. In order for Indiana, a team like I don't give a damn how many. Sorry, Lord, I don't care how many NIL monies they spend. NIL money spent is poorly. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get poor performances, but and traditionally they kind of need to get back to what that and getting those Indiana recruits, man. And until that happens, man, you're gonna see up and down performance. But what I'm saying, Woodson evaluation. I'm saying? That's going to be out after the season. But I get it. Everybody wants him fired, but I'm saying? The more wins you get, I'm saying? Those blue balls will go away.
You know what I'm doing right now?
You do?
I want to take this moment. I want to will this team to a victory.
They're going to be Northwestern. They're going to be Northwestern. Northwestern look better.
No, not them. There's a huge game in 2 days. On Wednesday night that I will be tuning in at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, just as we're starting our show. If we have a show Wednesday, I still don't know yet.
Okay, figure it
out. IU Indy has a massive game on Wednesday. Massive.
We should just go to the game.
They are going up to take on the 2-18, 0-9 Doug Gottlieb squad, who's lost 15 in a row?
It's up there
in a row?
In Milwaukee?
Yeah. 16 in a row they lost.
Should be a good game, man.
Trouble for Gottlieb.
Last time they sparred, man, it was a good game, man.
How much more cussing you think he's done since that last time we saw him?
Probably a whole lot more, man. IU Indy, I mean, we're gonna tap into him. I know we're talking local. We're gonna tap into him too real soon. I know we got another game circled on the calendar when they play Oakland, when Oakland comes here. I know it's later on. So with Coach Campy later on in February. I don't know if it's the Jungle or at the fairgrounds, man. I can't wait for that one. But like, no, man, a couple of these teams, man. Indiana State, man, 4-game losing streak, man. I don't know about Matt Graves. He was hot, looking like what I'm saying. He had a program that was able to rebound after Coach Schertz and them left, man. But Indiana State looking not good. The Lady Cardinals, man. Brady Saley's Lady Cardinals, man. Getting ESPN highlights, man. You gotta love it, man. 7-game win streak for them. Like you said, I do believe, kicking that arse in MAC play, man. So like, nah, man.
Campy's coming to the jungle.
Campy's coming to the jungle. Then like I said, we'll be there. We'll be there. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, man, that's kind of what I have. For local. I know somebody said, why don't you talk about Butler, man? Unfortunately, Butler next year, put the money on them. Butler next year got a you know what I'm saying? This recruit, that recruit. I know it's crazy. Butler this year, nah, man, y'all might want to shift your fandom up to Creighton. because that's
Something like that. Perfect. Natty Championship tonight, 7:45 start, I think it is.
go to
So
play like a champion today.
play like a champion. We'll see you guys. Keep a lookout on Facebook, on Twitter if we have the show Wednesday night or not. I got to see if I can move some stuff around. But if not, this is your show this week, and we'll recap. Hey, college pick'em, it would end tonight. If I win my own pick'em, which means Notre Dame would have to cover the spread for the season and the bowl season combined, I'd finish exactly 500.
There you go.
So just need one more win. So
There
here
you
we
go.
go. So
My bowl season ain't been terrible, man. This ain't my regular season was A1 money.
yeah,
But it's all good, man. Like I said, man, the playoffs been great. I expect a great game tonight.
sounds good. Play like a champion. Go Domers.
Nebraska, we coming.